So you want to learn how to increase your hip mobility, and you've been watching some of our awesome hip mobility drills, but you find it too hard. Well, today I'm going to show you how to do some really awesome basic stuff that's going to get you to where you want to go. All that and more coming up.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.
Hi, in case we haven't met, my name is Rad Burmeister. I'm here today by myself. My brother Yanni is really busy getting some of our programs finished, ready for me to upload today. And in case we haven't met, I'm one of the co-founders and co-creators of Unity Gym and the Foundation Movement System, where we teach you how to nourish and move instead of diet and exercise. And we've had a question from one of our online tribe members in the Movement Mastermind, Rachel. Thanks for the awesome question, Rachel Eastwood Stone, about how can I make the test the water movement easier? It's a little bit too hard and really struggling with it. And it's a great question because for me, it's very easy. I've been doing it for a long time. So when I do it, obviously it looks quite different than when other people are doing it. So I'm going to take you guys out on the gym floor right now, and we are going to, actually waiting for the go-ahead that our camera's ready, and we are going to go through some really cool drills. Are we waiting for something there, Richie?
Yeah, we're waiting for the gimbal to start.
That's okay. So basically, the people were asking, Rachel was asking, and a lot of people were chiming in saying, you know, what is it that's weak? Why am I not able to do the test the water? And people were saying, is it because of core strength, or is it because of my lack of stability in my core, or whatever it is? And I'm here to tell you that it's got very, very little to do with core strength. Core, obviously, the core strength plays a part in this, but it's all about hip and knee strength. It's lower body strength and predominantly hip strength. So where you're really going to feel this when you do it properly is all around your hip joints, so in your glutes, quads, and also hamstrings. So there's a couple of great exercises that you can do. There's a couple of regressions that we can make work. And one of the first things that I'm going to teach you guys is, because the test the water movement it does come straight from Kung Fu, and it's been modified to be a little bit easier. So by using the squat pattern in the test the water, that's actually a way to make this whole sequence easier. When you do it in Kung Fu or Wushu training, it's way, way, way harder. You don't rest in the squat position when you do your forms, and the forms and stuff that you do in Kung Fu are, they have a lot of different leg positions. When you do test the water, we're only doing 3, so we're really watering it down and making it quite simple. So what we're going to talk about here today, the first thing we're going to do is something called the horse stance. And the horse stance is the foundation of Kung Fu training. It's the thing that you practice first. It's the thing that you practice even when you've still been training for 10 years. You still work on the horse stance. It's where all of the strength and mobility for Kung Fu comes from. You ready to go, Richie?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to get out on the gym floor now and have a little look at this, and then I'm also going to take you through a bunch of different things that can help you with this. So for those of you that don't know what test the water is, I'll just show it so that you can get a little bit of an understanding. And unfortunately, I'm not wearing my stretchy pants, so I'm not going to be able to do this that well. But anyway, so we start in a squat. You test the water, then go to a Cossack squat or a drop stance in Kung Fu. Then you step to a cross stance like this, and then you rotate back to a squat. Test the water, Cossack squat, cross stance, and squat. Okay? So people really struggle with this. The first thing you need to work on, obviously, is to get a good squat. And the way you do a good squat is through our squat routine. That's all part of the Foundation Movement System online coaching and a part of some of our other mobility courses, like the 18-minute stretching routine. But where people really struggle is when they start moving into these Kung Fu stances. So in the exercise world, this is called a Cossack squat, but in Kung Fu, it's called a drop stance. And it's very, very hard to do. The cross stance is just as hard. So what we're going to work on is something called the horse stance. This is an excellent way to develop lower body strength and flexibility. So what you do from here, you're going to bring your feet together and we turn the toes out to a 90-degree angle. Then you're going to, on the very tip of your foot, you don't want to go on the ball of your foot, because if you go on the ball of the foot, you lose the distance between your feet. So you want to go, you can come through, Ange. You want to go on the tip of your foot and turn your toes out to turn your heels out to a 90-degree angle. Then on your heels, you want to turn your toes out to a 90-degree angle again. And then on your toes, you want to turn your feet until they face forward. So that's roughly double shoulder width apart, and that's the width that you're going to be for your horse stance. Feet face dead forward, okay? If you've got really bad knees and it hurts you too much, you can turn your toes out a little bit. You're not going to be getting graded by a Kung Fu master when you do this at home, but if you want to do this properly and if you want to do it the way that I learnt it, you have your feet facing forward, because the reason why you do that in Kung Fu is you always keep things in martial arts, because that's how you generate power. When you're wide and you're open and everything's pointing out, like your arms are out, you know, when you do fighting, everything stays in, okay? So from here, we're going to sink down and push the knees out. So what I'm doing here is my knees want to come in like that. I'm forcing them out, and I'm basically just going to sit in this position. So what I'm looking for is that my thighs are relatively flat to the ground, okay? And if you look from side on, I'm keeping my spine relatively straight. You can lean forward a little bit like I am, and you can also sit up really straight, but what you can't do is let your bum go back like that. And that's the most common mistake. People's bum goes right back and they lean forward. That's really, really bad. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and see that when you sit down in this, that you're sitting upright like this, or in the very least, like that, with a straight back but on a very slight angle, okay? Knees are out, weight is even over the balls of the feet and the heels, and then you can just hold your arms up like this in front of you, and you're going to sit completely still. And when I mean completely still, I mean you don't even do that. You don't go and then come back down. Like once you're here, you don't move at all. You don't wipe, you don't scratch, you don't do anything. You sit completely still, and you're going to do that for, at the basic level, if you can do that for 1 minute, you're doing pretty well. But your short-term goal should be to get to 5 minutes without moving. And if you can't go as low as me, that's okay. It is quite hard to be able to do it at the height that I was just doing at them. So the first thing that you're looking for is to be able to keep a straight back and just force the knees out. And even if that's all you can do, and you're going to sit here like this, you want to aim to be able to get 5 minutes here rather than 1 minute here. And then as you get better, you go lower and lower and lower. You're going to feel a burn in your legs like nothing you've felt before. When you do this stuff, it is full on how much your legs burn. Especially in the quads, you'll feel your legs will start shaking. Like if you really push yourself, your legs will start shaking like this, but you still hold it. You'll be surprised as to how much you can do, how much harder you can push yourself than what your mind tells you can. So your mind will be saying, oh, I've had enough, I've got to stop. But your body is much more capable of that. So you need to be very strong if you want to get better at this. So that's the first thing to do. And you want to do that daily. If you do this daily, if you practice the horse stance daily, within a few months, your legs will be so much stronger. Everything that you do with your lower body will be so much stronger from doing this. And then how do we bring that into test the water? Well, for starters, that's going to create the strength that will allow you to do test the water. But there's a couple of bridging things you can do. So from here, you can start playing around with a little bit of movement. So you can rock the weight back onto this leg, turn this foot out, push forward, then push that foot out, and then bring this foot in and bring this foot in, come back this way, turn the foot out and come forward. So I'm just practicing moving my body around into these different positions, again, without coming back. Now, the hard part with this is that your feet, for beginners, start going out, and eventually their feet are out here like this, and that's not what you want to do. The idea is that as my weight comes back onto this leg, and I turn this foot out, then when I come forward and push that heel out, now from here, as I come back, I'm going to bring this foot in and this foot in together, but this foot comes in on the heel, this foot comes in on the toe, and then I'm going to do the other side, but I'm going to try and do that without my feet coming closer together. And you can see, because I've done this for a long time, it's quite second nature to me, but this feeling of sinking down, keeping your hips under your body, so you're engaging with your core, keeping the hips under the body to sink down low, this does amazing things in the muscles in the hips and the knee to be able to strengthen your body to handle this stuff. So it takes time. You're going to have to practice it for a while. It's something that most people aren't willing to do because, in all honesty, it's very uncomfortable and you have to do it daily to get better at it. But if you're struggling with that, if you're finding that you can't do these test the water drills where you're, to be able to do this and make it look like what I'm doing it, where you're, quite comfortable and quite strong in this position and you're really struggling, then those two things that I just showed you are really, really going to help you. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, what you can work on is you can practice sitting in each of the 3 positions in Test the Water. So you can practice sitting like this and just hold it for as long as you can. Try and do it for 30 to 60 seconds. Same thing with the cross stance. Just sit like this and hold it for as long as you can. The longer you can hold these positions for, the stronger that you're going to become at it. And that's what it's about. It's about spending time in these positions that are going to really strengthen your body, strengthen everything. It strengthens your mind. It's a lot of discipline involved in doing Kung Fu training like this. Anyway, let's get back into the studio to wrap this up. So these, if you haven't tried this drill before, Test the Water, it's a really, really good thing to do for a warm-up. We use it for warming up in our lower body training. And when you try it, if you haven't done it, there's a video where I teach Test the Water. I break it down a lot better than I did today. We only put it up about maybe a week or 2 ago, so go and have a look at it. I think it's called Epic Kung Fu Drill or something like that. So have a look at that. But if you're struggling with it, try the stuff that I just showed them and let me know how you go. Any questions, of course, leave a comment. We'll get onto it as soon as we can. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.
Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, it's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that far.
It's the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.